I used to get excited every time a tax refund would hit. And then after a few years, I started to really understand what a tax refund was, and everything changed after that. Your refund is not free money. It's not a gift from the government. It is your money that you overpaid with your taxes for the whole year, and now the government is giving it back to you as a refund. No interest, no apologies. They're just returning it back to you after borrowing it for free. The question isn't, what can I treat myself to? Instead, the question is, what can this money do for me right now? Hi, I'm Jeanette, and I am a financial coach, and I help professionals ditch debt without the overwhelm and build wealth without the stress. I'm a former public school teacher that went from 6 figures of debt to 7 figures of wealth. So when I talk about this stuff, I'm not just talking about theory. I actually lived it all. Today, I'm going to walk you through what I wish I would have done with my tax refunds. Here's how most people treat their tax refund. The money hits their bank account, they feel a little rush, and then after a few weeks, the money just disappears. And a few weeks later, they're really not sure where all that money just went. I did this for years, and my weakness was outdoor gear. REI has taken many of my tax refunds. And look, I got some great gear. I'm not gonna lie about that. But after years of watching my refund vanish on things today I can't remember what I was buying, I started to think about tax refunds a lot differently. I wish I could go back and talk to that teacher. The teacher that had a 20% off coupon in one hand and an armful of gear in the other one, and to share with her what she probably should have been doing with her refund instead of buying gear. I'd tell her to do these 3 things instead. Number 1, emergency fund. If you don't have an emergency fund, this needs to be the number 1 thing that you do. Full stop. Because life has some surprises. Flat tires, unexpected vet visits, a refrigerator that goes out. These things happen and we can't really stop them. An emergency fund is that buffer that you need that changes things from a bad day to a totally financially derailed month. And here's something that really helped me with my emergency fund over the years. Defining what an emergency is to me in my life. A flat tire? Yes, absolutely. A refrigerator that goes out? Yes, absolutely. Concert tickets to go see Dave Matthews Band at the Gorge? Very tempting, but no, that's not an emergency. Without that clarity, emergency funds just seem to vanish on things that we think are emergencies, but they truly aren't. So take a moment to define what emergency is to you. Now going back to talking about our tax refund. Number 2, the second thing that I would do is I would attack my debt. Debt is sneaky. It sits there quietly and it eats away at our money in the form of interest. A tax refund, even a very modest one, can still be a huge weapon. Use that tax refund to leap ahead on one of your payoff goals, or if the numbers line up, pay off something completely. There is nothing like paying off a debt for good. All of a sudden, that money becomes yours again. For me, it was my student loans. I felt like I was paying on them forever. But putting a tax refund towards that really moved the needle quite a bit faster with paying those off. It was definitely a confidence booster and it made it feel very beatable. And number 3, for your tax refund, direct it towards something that is important to you right now. If your emergency fund is full and you have paid off all of your consumer debt, this is where it gets fun. You get to take your tax refund and choose something that is really important to you that year. Maybe it's a yard project you've been putting off, or a vacation fund, or maybe you take that money and you put it straight to your retirement investments. If home ownership is on your radar, consider putting your tax refund for the down payment. Saving for a house can feel like a very slow grind, and a lump sum can give it a really nice boost. Every dollar you can add to it is helping for your financial future. What I want you to notice about each of these 3 things is that I gave my money a job, whether it was going to my emergency fund, or it was going towards paying off my consumer debt, or if I was choosing something else to pay for it. I gave that money a job for all 3 of those things. Money without a job has a tendency of just disappearing in a few weeks. You'll look up, you'll check your checking account, and it's just gone. Being intentional with money is how you build wealth. Giving that dollar a direction will go a lot farther than not having any direction at all. And one last bonus thing, and this shifted my thinking completely. When I was getting about a $2,000 refund every year, I finally realized that I needed to adjust my withholdings. Instead of one lump sum check at tax time, I got a little bit every month. Suddenly, my monthly take home was higher, tax season felt way less like a windfall, and I was able to control my money more from month to month. neither approach was wrong, but when I finally understood what a refund was, things really started to click. That change in thought of it being my own money and not a gift from the government absolutely changed everything, and things started to click. Whether your refund is $500 or $5,000, the size of the check really doesn't matter. It matters more what you do with it. The people that build the real financial momentum aren't always the ones that make the most money. They're the ones that are intentional with what they have. So, what's the first thing you're going to do with your refund? I genuinely want to know. Drop it in the comments. I want to hear all about it. And if this was helpful, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.